Hi guys, welcome to Tristar Gym. Today we're going to be seeing some side control attacks. Very important stuff here. And these attacks should be the first attacks, in my opinion, you learn, because they don't take you out of position. You know, sometimes when you attack from side control, you go for armbar or you go for a choke, and the guy has a chance to reverse you. With these submissions, if you miss, you're still on top. Okay, so my partner over here is on the floor here. I have side control. He's got his hands locked and his head in tight. Sometimes guys get in this position because they want to stall. And in MMA and in fighting, it happens a lot because the guy doesn't want to get hit, so he really tightens up, okay? So watch how I'm going to break this guy's guard here. The guy's holding me tight, he's protecting himself, he's stalling. I'm going to take my hand, make it nice and flat, and I'm going to slide it under his throat. Once I slide it under his throat, I'm going to put my 4 fingers on his shoulder here. Hold me tight, tight, tight. I'm just going to raise my wrist. My wrist is the lever here, is going to pry his neck. Real easy to do. So here we go again, my partner's tight, 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 tight. I slide my hand on the inside here, and I raise my wrist. Once I raise my wrist, I'm going to use my legs to break the rest of the lock. Okay, so here we go again. My partner's holding me tight. I slide my hand inside. I raise my wrist to pry his head off. I pass my leg over the top. Okay, and I get it right in his neck. Hold me tight, 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 tight. Watch here, I'm going to start to just expand my chest, and it's going to break his lock. Okay. So even though this guy was much stronger than me, much more physical than me, bigger, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be able to use my legs and my chest to break his grip. Okay, so he's here, he's holding me tight. I feel he's holding me tight. I base my left foot. I pass my hand inside. I pry his neck open. Pass my leg. Hold tight, tight, tight. And I break his grip by expanding my chest. Good posture. And this leg won't allow him to follow me. Now once I get here, my first objective is to stabilize this arm. I don't want this hand to be put in front of my face. Put his hand in front of my face. Yes, because once he puts his hand here, he can start to push me. And use your other hand here to start escaping. You can start off balance. I'm going to make sure to keep him tied up so you can't do any of that. So once I've broken his lock, watch how I control his elbow. I control his elbow with my forearm and wrist, and I control the other end of his arm, his wrist, with my neck. See? So my arms are controlling 180 degrees, and my neck is controlling the other 180 degrees, and I'm lassoing his arm. Okay? His arm is completely immobilized. Try to get your arm in front of my face here. See how I bend my neck on his arm? He's unable to try to escape. Try to escape, do something. Yeah. Now that he's stuck here like this, I'm going to start putting pressure on his wrist and his elbow in opposite direction. Okay, so I'm pushing with my head in this direction, his elbow in this direction, I'm breaking his elbow. But the key to breaking his arm is to use the crown of my head, the top of my head here, and push down on his thumb. So if he turns his thumb slightly outwards, I'm pushing in this direction here. If he turns his thumb this way here, don't move, here like this, I'm going to drive pressure this way. I always want to think of the thumb as the nail, and my head is the hammer. You know, whichever way he turns it, I want to hammer that nail right into the board. I'm always going to adjust my angle. Okay. So when I have his arm here, I'm feeling with the top of my hand for that thumb. Try to rotate your thumb here. Yeah, whichever way he rotates. I'll let you rotate a bit. Go ahead. Yeah. Now I'm pushing. You see where he put his thumb here? I'm pushing back down. See, I changed the angle of my pressure. If he puts his thumb like this, now I'm going to be driving straight in, and I'm going to pull on his elbow. Of course, I want to hyperextend his elbow, so I'm always opening his elbow as much as possible. When he rotates his hand, I rotate the pressure in the correct angle. Okay, so here we go again from the top. We're locked up. Slide my hand inside. I use my wrist as a wedge. I pass my leg over. I start to find that elbow, and I start to crush his thumb. Okay, and I crush his elbow the other way. Don't forget to stabilize. Super important. Next, if this doesn't work out for any reason, I'm fumbling for this and I just can't get the alignment I need, I'm going to sit back here. I'm going to slide my left hand back, grab my own thigh, and doing the same thing, but this time I'm going to use my tricep to crush the thumb, and I'm going to use my hips to crush the elbow the opposite direction, and I'm going to get another tap. Okay, so I have a dual arm bar going on here. Now watch here, my partner's from the top here, okay? He locks me up, wedge my arm, step over, I start to crush that thumb, I start to crush his elbow in the opposite direction. For some reason I can't get the alignment, I go for this one. Now oftentimes when I'm doing this, it does happen this arm gets off. This arm will escape. And he'll push my leg off his head, you know? And then he frees his head. Once he frees his head, if he's very athletic and strong, explosive and sweaty and no shirt on and all that, he can start to escape. Maybe he pushes me in my chest, he starts to escape, and it becomes a problem for me. I want to make sure that I always have control. So I'm here like this, and he starts to clear his arm, he starts to clear my leg. As he clears my leg, I give him as much resistance as possible. I don't want him to clear my leg. But as soon as his elbow goes up, I'm going to use the back of my tricep to come and lock my hands together. See? So, watch here again, from the top. He goes to strip my leg off his head, strip my leg off your head. As he does, I swim my arm under his arm. And I come and I lock his arm here, okay? And now from here, I'm just gonna go straight to mount. He won't be able to stop me from mounting here. It's gonna be very hard. I'm gonna slip into mount and improve my position. So now I'm in a much better position than I was before. There's a lot of submissions I can do to him when his arm is crossed, but I don't want to get into that right away because it will be too many moves, I think, for one video. Get really complicated. Okay, so start with the basics first, and we're going to keep progressing from there. My partner's holding me tight. I slide my arm inside. Once I slide my arm inside, I pass my leg over. Once I pass my leg over, I start to stretch, posture, break arm number 1, break arm number 2. If he tries to free his arm, pass your arm under your back, under your arm, and go straight to mount. You know, once you go to mount, sprawl right away, hook the legs. I like to sprawl right away. Get my hooks in right away. Okay? The reason why I like to sprawl when I mount is because I don't want to give no chance for this guy to bridge me over. You know, when you sprawl, when you mount, he may elbow escape and get half guard. That's not so bad, I'll deal with it. But the worst thing for me to do, real quick here, is to mount and have my hips up and have this guy bridge me over. Yeah, and then possibly end up on the bottom. So bridge me over here. Okay. Let's go back down. Partner's here. Right when I get to mount here, I sprawl. Now bridge me over. It's going to be very hard. When you sprawl, just keep your head slightly higher than yours. Just slightly higher, not more. And now my partner, he may be able to elbow escape. If he knows his jiu-jitsu really well, and he elbow escapes, it's not the end of the world because I'm still on top. Okay, if this happens here, see, he escaped one of my knees. It's not the end of the world. It's better than getting rolled over. Okay, so priorities first. When I'm in side control, I'm doing submissions that keep me on top. Submissions that allow me to progress my position. And I never want to gamble my position and get reversed to the bottom. You know, this would be a big mistake. If you get reversed to the bottom, now you got to sweep the guy again. You got to pass his guard again, and then get to side control. If the guy nudges me back into half guard, all I got to do is pass half guard, and I'm right back into where I was. Okay. I hope you guys like and share this video. I hope you appreciate this video. You enjoyed very much, and we'll be putting up another video very soon. So please enjoy, and see you again.